Subscribe to Lime English channel.
Last month, I decided it was time to try online dating. I'd heard from friends that it could be a fun way to meet new people, so I downloaded a popular dating app. The process started with setting up my profile. I chose a few recent photos, one of me hiking in the mountains, another at a friend's birthday party, and a casual selfie with a smile. Then I filled in the bio section. I wrote that I enjoyed reading, going for long walks, trying new cafes, and watching indie films. I added that I was looking for meaningful conversations and maybe something more if it felt right. After my profile was ready, I started browsing through other users' profiles. The app showed me people within a 25-mile radius, and I could swipe right if I liked what I saw, or left if I wasn't interested. I spent about half an hour swiping, matching with a few people. Soon I got a notification. You have a new match. It was Anna. Her profile showed her smiling in a bookstore, holding a coffee cup, and hiking near a waterfall. Her bio said she loved books, travel, and live music. I thought we had some things in common. I decided to start the conversation. I didn't want to just say hi and wait, so I looked at her photos and noticed a book in one of them. I wrote, "Hey, Anna, I saw you're reading The Night Circus. I loved that book. What did you think of it?" She replied a few hours later, "Hi, yes, it's magical. I'm halfway through and already dreaming of red and white tents. Great choice for starting a conversation." We started talking about books. She mentioned her favorite authors. I shared mine. Then we moved to movies and music. The chat flowed naturally, and we exchanged messages for a few days. After a week of chatting online, I felt comfortable enough to suggest meeting in person. I wrote, "It's been really nice talking to you. Would you like to meet for coffee sometime?" She replied with a smile emoji and said, "I'd love to. How about this Saturday morning?" We agreed on a cozy cafe downtown that had good reviews and a quiet atmosphere. On Saturday, I got ready carefully. I chose dark jeans, a light blue shirt, and my favorite jacket. I arrived a few minutes early, ordered a black coffee, and sat by the window. My heart was beating a little faster than usual. When Anna walked in, I recognized her from the photos. Long brown hair, a warm smile. She was wearing a beige coat and carrying a small bag. She waved when she saw me, and I stood up to greet her. We said hello, and I offered to get her a drink. She ordered a cappuccino. At first, there was a tiny bit of awkwardness, but it disappeared quickly. We talked about the books we'd mentioned online, then about our favorite places in the city. Anna told me about a small jazz club she'd visited recently, and I shared a story about getting lost in a new neighborhood and finding a great vintage shop by accident. We laughed a lot, and 2 hours passed like 20 minutes. When the waiter came to ask if we wanted anything else, we both realized we'd been talking non-stop. As we were leaving, Anna said she'd really enjoyed our time together. I felt the same, so I asked, "Would you like to do this again? Maybe next weekend?" She smiled and said yes. We exchanged phone numbers, and I walked her to the bus stop. We said goodbye with a friendly hug, and I went home feeling happy and excited. A few days later, I texted her, "Hi, Anna. I was thinking, there's an outdoor movie night this Friday showing La La Land. I've heard it's a great experience under the stars. Would you be interested?" She replied quickly, "That sounds perfect," so we planned to meet at the park at 7 p.m. For our second date, I brought a blanket and some chocolate just in case it got chilly. Anna arrived with 2 bottles of water and a bag of popcorn she had made herself. We found a spot on the grass, spread the blanket, and got comfortable. The movie was playing on a big screen, and the atmosphere was magical. People chatting quietly, kids running around, the smell of street food nearby. During the film, we whispered comments to each other, pointing out beautiful scenes. Afterwards, we stayed and talked for another hour. Anna told me more about her job as a graphic designer, and I told her about my recent trip to the coast. Our conversations became more personal. We started calling each other instead of just texting, sharing funny videos during the week, sending photos of things we thought the other might like, a new book in a store window, a cute dog on the street, or a sunset over the city. One evening, we had a long phone call that lasted over an hour, talking about our dreams and things we wanted to do in the next few years. A couple of weeks later, we planned a third date, a visit to a local art exhibition. It was a modern art gallery with interactive installations. We walked slowly from one piece to another, discussing what we saw, sometimes disagreeing playfully about what the artist might have meant. At one point, we found ourselves standing front of a mirror maze, laughing as we tried to find our way out without bumping into each other. After the gallery, we went to a nearby restaurant for dinner. This time, the conversation felt even more natural. We talked about family, childhood memories, and things that made us happy. By now, it was clear we enjoyed spending time together. Our messages became more frequent, our calls longer, and our dates more varied. We went for morning walks in the park, tried a new sushi place, and even joined a pottery class together, which turned into a very messy but hilarious afternoon. Each meeting brought new stories, new laughter, and a growing sense of connection. What started as a simple swipe on a dating app had turned into something real and meaningful, and I was grateful for every step of the journey, from the first message to the moments we now shared in person.